can never break your pride. Don't believe what they tell you. They try to sell you. When dreams died, plans fell through. They can never break your pride. They can never take your pride.
Welcome, and this is The Topics. I'm Adrian Stewart, and with me is Jay Bunnag and Tom Crusoe. Today's topics are: we start off with how much is a cop's life worth? We talk about the reds and yellows clashing. And then we address the issue about doctor death. Moving on to abusing subordinates. And are we drowning in Bangkok? Then we address issues like NTG, plain old service. Let's start off with our first topic. How much is a cop's life worth? Jay, did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear anything about it.
The guy.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You remember the incident? So he actually rammed into the traffic cop.
Yes.
Right. So apparently he offered a 3 million baht compensation, and they decided to settle out of court.
Okay.
So a cop's life is worth 3 million baht.
Well, not necessarily. I think the family offered compensation for the accident to the family of the policeman of 3 million baht, and they accepted it.
Well,
so what's the issue?
Okay. Is 3 million baht too little? I mean,
I don't know.
The compensation.
I mean, can any money? No, but can any money make up for the loss of life?
The compensation paid out to the people who were involved in the incident.
Yeah, but this doesn't overrule a criminal investigation, though, does it? I mean, it could potentially avert a civil lawsuit, but it doesn't overrule a criminal investigation.
As ever again, right, we always start off the topic, and I always say I'm saddened by what I see in Thailand.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was in the U.S., right, this family would be compensated with millions and millions of dollars, right? I mean, this is the haves, again, taking advantage of the have-nots.
And this guy has a lot. Right?
Yeah,
the
and you know,
totally loaded.
The car itself,
yeah,
the car that ran over the police officer is worth 30 million baht. The Red Bull Air family here has offered this cop family 3 million baht. Hell, they should have thrown in the car. You know,
3 million baht is probably the cost of fixing the car.
And this is my point. You know, it's where are the legal aspects of all this? You know, are there any good lawyers who could advise his family that you should be able to get more? And you know, it's just and to be fair to the family, I'm sure they, you know, they're saddened, they're downtrodden, they're trying to put the past behind them, move forward, and all of a sudden, just here's 3 million baht. I mean, this is a drop in the bucket for these guys. I mean, a Red Bull sells for what, $4 in the U.S. This is equivalent to what, 30,000 cans or something like that. That's ridiculous, and I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of this family.
Let's
right?
be objective. How much does a cop make? How much does a cop make in terms of salary?
It's not about that, right? It's about the fact that your son supposedly now has run over this police officer. You are worth billions. The latest Forbes ranking on this family has him at $300 million. This guy is worth $300 million. And basically, he's saying to this cop, you know, your life is only worth $100,000. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, to me, it's just shameful, right? I'm going to go on air right now. I'm going to say it in front of you guys. I'm going to offer the family 4 million baht if you don't take the deal, and let's sue the family for 100 million baht. Make me your lawyer, okay? Let's sue.
Since when you became a
lawyer?
know,
I can do a better job than anybody's doing now. Let's sue the Red Bull family now for $100 million. You know, I think people should start Red Bull is an international brand. It's a product that's sold worldwide. This family should be getting hundreds of millions of baht. I mean, we can shame Red Bull into paying.
This news did go worldwide. I mean,
and it's shameful, and it's shameful, and it's shameful to think that the haves again have taken advantage of the have-nots, and this is the problem with Thailand in general. I can be fair to what Jay is saying, right? Which is any amount of money.
Any amount of money is not going to make up for it, okay?
But again, right? let's at least respect the fact that one, he is a police officer. That means he does service the people of Thailand. Two, he was run over viciously in the morning while he was going to work. And all his life is worth, to a family, by the way, that's worth $300 million. This guy's life is worth 100. So so now we know, right?
So what's a fair number? So you're going to sue the Red Bull family?
I would sue the Red.
So what would you go for?
I think this thing should get at least a minimum, right?
Yeah.
$10 million. right? If this was the
Not
U.S.,
baht, dollars.
no dollars. If this was the U.S., there's
So
no
they should
way
be going
this
for
is-
300 million, is what you're saying.
What do you think?
Now this brings another point, Jay. If they're getting off so easily with the financial compensation.
Well, I mean, if it happened to me, Tom, or it happened to a member of my family, I mean, I don't think money, getting compensation, would be.
Would you settle for 3 million baht? It happened to your family?
You know, who
I would
knows?
accept it for
Who
3 million
knows?
baht.
I don't know.
I'll take it
I
to the
don't
limit.
know.
It's not
But
the
I
amount
mean,
of money. It's the amount of respect that one should pay for that life. The money, seriously, Jay, showcases the lack of respect that this family has for the actions of what their son has done. Their son killed a police officer on a way to work. And all they think, out of all their wealth and richness, that this is worth 3 million baht. It shows no respect. I agree with you. It's not
Okay,
about
so well,
the
who's
amount of
okay?
money.
So they say that this. He said the payment. The family of the policeman in question, they've accepted the 3 million baht in compensation, and they
I don't think they
speculate
know
it's an
any better.
It's an attempt to avert a civil lawsuit. So who is advising these people?
That's, again, but it's...
Is anyone advising them?
I think is as anything, right, in Thailand, when the have-nots are given something by the haves, they just think that they should take it because they feel powerless. They feel powerless. How, I can imagine the family thinking now, how will we ever sue the Red Bull family? How will we ever get anything? It's almost like, oh, I'm the Red Bull heir. Now I'm giving you a gift. You should be grateful that I killed your...
Don't they have lawyers?
No, look, I'm telling you, it's a Thai psychology. It's almost like the Red Bull guys are saying to this family, you should be grateful that I've even given you 3 million for your husband.
So hang on a second. I mean, there's plenty of lawyers out there. I mean, the chap is a policeman. So why isn't the
police?
Why isn't the police?
Or whatever?
Why isn't the police force? Why isn't the
because-
police force stepping in here and saying
because
we're going to represent
of
you?
who
We're
the
going to
family is.
Really?
It's the power, the inherent power these family has. Again, I think it's the Thai thing, right? They're even saying to themselves probably right now, oh, we should be grateful that they're even giving us this money because of who they are. And this is wrong. This is wrong. It's the powerless being taken advantage of by the powerful, right?
No, I'll draw parallels to the other case. Remember the other case of the girl in the van accident, right? Where 9 people died. I think they are suing her for a combined of 120 million baht
suing
or
her
something.
for a pretty
so
hefty
this is 3 million is really
So
too small an
if
amount
the
to settle
family's
for.
watching this, or if anybody knows a family, don't take the money. Give me a call. I'll represent you. Okay? Let's sue the heck out of the Red Bull family. Get them more. And it's not about the money. I agree with Jay. On this one, it's not about the money. It's about the value of life. And if this cop's life is worth 3 million baht, holy moly, what's my life worth? 3 cents? Right? So right now, I'm probably going to go out here and, there's going to be Red Bull vans everywhere, and they're going to be aiming for me now and go, Tom, okay, you're worth
Bulls are going to be charging at you, man. Let's move on to our next topic.
What's the next
The
one?
reds and yellows.
Same topic, which is the
Reds and
power.
yellows, they
It's
were
the same
clashed.
thing.
They clashed last week in front of the crime
court.
suppression division,
Yeah.
where some people were supposed to report and who didn't even turn up. The guys who were involved in the case didn't even turn up. There were some yellows and there were some reds, and they ended up beating each other up.
Well, there were 200 reds and 50 yellows, apparently.
Everybody was throwing out numbers.
This is
There's
like
50, 100, 200,
becoming.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
This is becoming an M&M's package, man.
Yeah. Oh, the multicoloureds there as well, or not?
No multicolors. But they were saying the cops didn't do anything. The cops didn't do anything to prevent this clash. Perhaps because the cops value their life more than...
Maybe the cops were protesting against the Democrat Party somewhere else.
No, but the cops didn't do anything. What do you say about this clash?
I think.
Are we reigniting?
Well, how did it come about? It was
reigniting
because...
those tensions?
Well, again,
How did it happen? Why did it happen?
There was a woman who is being sued by a red shirt, a yellow shirt woman, is being sued by a red shirt woman for defaming her. So she was supposed, the yellow woman was supposed to show up at the court. That she called out her people. And 50 yellow shirts came about, 200 reds came about. They all met at the DSI. And supposedly now again, a yellow shirt member took a club to a red shirt truck.
And hit the truck.
So it was instigated by the red shirts, by the yellow shirts, and then all hell broke loose, right?
Well, that's
the yellows were above 40 years old,
according to Kun Varanai, the yellow shirts were outnumbered by the red
Well, they were
shirts.
outnumbered, but so if you're outnumbered, don't
But there's nothing in the report that suggests that the yellow shirts started it. And if anything,
there is.
If anything, the report of Converni says it was started by the
No.
red shirts.
It was not. So
Were you there?
No, this is the official.
Really?
The
What
official
official?
account from all the news agencies, from the Bangkok Post, from the Nation, from all of the newspapers. It was very clear, right? It doesn't matter who instigated it. The whole point is.
Well, you just made a big deal out of saying the yellow shirts.
I made a big deal because what did?
And now you're backtracking.
I'm not backtracking. I'm saying now.
You're saying it's not important now.
The point is,
I'm
we
not
should be-
important who
because the
instigated it.
Bangkok
shouldn't be
Post,
clashing anymore.
The Bangkok Post reporter who was there
I'm not.
said that it was
I'm not
instigated
saying,
by the red
I'm
shirt.
not saying who instigated it.
Okay,
at
so
the end of
take
the
it
day,
back. So take
at
it
the
back
end of the
then.
day, I'm not taking it back. I'm saying this is how it started. This is how it started,
Yeah.
right? And from what the yellow shirt did, the red shirts got together and they just started fighting. My whole point is,
They
why?
probably don't even know why they're fighting for.
Yeah, why they're fighting.
They
That's
don't
the whole
even know
point.
why they're fighting for.
Right?
You're
going
playing into the hands of
well,
somebody who wants to create chaos.
Was the lady who shouted at Kundarini, who's a key red shirt or a frontline red shirt?
She approached her when she was in
approached her in a
Paragon
mall
shopping
somewhere,
center,
wherever.
And they were she was having.
So she
Guys,
shouted at her.
I don't
and
mind.
now
I don't mind. And this is my point, right, about the instigation of this. I don't mind people going out into public and voicing their opinion. I think it's a good thing. People should go out and voice their opinion.
Yeah, do it without violence.
What they shouldn't do is start violence.
Yeah, do it
right?
without violence.
So this yellow shirt person who struck the red shirt's van or whatever, that's uncalled for. And vice versa. A red shirt should not do that to a yellow shirt.
Spend your energy clearing the drains, guys.
Well, all I'm saying is that there's a Bangkok Post reporter there.
You're reading it one from Bunnag. That's Bunnag,
one
right?
report.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, he works for Bangkok Post.
Then he should read the Bangkok Post again, because in the Bangkok Post report, in all the Nation, in all the other newspapers, it was very clear. The news clips from the TV reporters were there.
Yeah.
Right. This yellow shirt guy went up to this truck because this truck was having a loudspeaker and hit the truck. My whole point is, whether that's a red shirt guy doing it or a red shirt or a yellow shirt guy doing it, you shouldn't do that. Right? You can protest.
Yeah,
I think protesting is good.
Non-violent.
Right?
Protest
But
peacefully.
just do it so in a way that you don't.
So
and
maybe
the other thing is,
we need some rules on protest.
well,
Yeah,
I
you
think-
probably need some rules on
let's have
how
some rules
to
on
get
protesting.
assembly.
Yeah.
An assembly of a
What-
bunch of
what-
people.
Because if I was there and somebody had a truck with a loudspeaker on it, was like overruling all of my protests, I'd probably be quite upset.
But the thing is this, right? There were news
go and
reporters
probably
there.
go and cut the
What
cables.
disturbs me the most is seeing the pictures of this.
Yeah.
So newspapers, reporters, they're cut and they're just standing still.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actually letting these people fight. It's like,
They're trying to make news. They want to
Yeah,
make
trying to
news. They
make
want
news.
the pictures, I guess. So
and
they,
that's a shame.
this was falling into the hands of some political ploy.
as is always said, right? And this is where the shame is. We talked about this last week, right? In regards to this Muslim film, right?
Yeah.
That's causing Muslims to attack embassies, right? It does not reflect all Muslims. It does not reflect all Islam. What these small groups of red shirts and yellow shirts are doing does not reflect what Thai people are. Right. It doesn't reflect the real people who are yellow or the real people who are reds. These are just a small group of people who keeps instigating violence to keep their stuff in the news. And we gotta stop. We gotta stop this. I mean, and you know, the whole point is, look, I'm a red, I'm a yellow, I'm a purple, I'm a green, but I'm Thai.
Yeah.
Right? And we gotta get that down to that. And people should protest. Don't hit each other.
Non-violent.
Non-violence, you know?
No violence. No violence.
No violence.
You know, I don't punch Jay. Jay doesn't punch me.
We don't punch each other on the
We
show.
don't punch each other on the show.
You tried to spill hot coffee on him earlier.
Okay, we have enough time to go for a break.
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
go for a
stop
break.
now. All right, see you later.
They can never break your pride.
Welcome back. Dr. Death. Police Lieutenant Colonel Support has been accused of killing 3 or 4 people, and they found some skeletons in his, what is it, pineapple orchard?
Pineapple farm.
Pineapple farm.
Yeah.
Okay, pineapple farm. Pineapple orchard. Yeah, pineapple farm. Okay.
Only Adrian would have a pineapple orchid.
Orchard. Pineapple orchid. Okay. Well, let's not make light of this incident.
Okay, it's very serious, yes.
Yeah.
So, 3 skeletons have been found, and some of them had bullet holes in them. What happened here, Tom?
You know, again, I don't know what's going to happen regarding this case, but, you know, to all our foreign friends who are watching this is the big deal in Thailand this week. Everybody's been covering it. I mean, this guy and his case has been on every TV channel, every newspaper. Again, supposedly, this man has killed 3 or 4 of his domestic workers, and supposedly some of his friends.
The farm workers as well. His friends too?
Well, there's supposed to be a couple, right? A couple that has been killed.
I think the couple were on a farm next door or something.
So basically is, you know, the damaging thing to this guy is that he is by the way, he is a very, very well-respected doctor at our own police general hospital.
Okay. He's been there for 30 years.
Yeah, he's actually an expert on diabetic care. Okay, actually, my mother right now is actually being taken care of at Police General Hospital, and I just happened to be there 2 days ago. And basically, I asked around, you know, what did people think about this guy? And everybody says the same thing. There's no way this guy did it. He's such a great guy. He's a nice guy. So I'm thinking to myself, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here. Because obviously, if you read the press report, this guy not only supposedly killed people, but actually was tortured.
Very abusive.
Well, he put the arm of one of his laborers through a wood chopping machine.
A wood chopping, yeah. And the most damaging thing, if you've been following the news at all, is his mother, who's bedridden in a hospital, actually came out and says, "You are a bad son. You know, this is my bad seed." Right? I mean, the mother is basically saying that this guy is the devil born.
Apparently, there's also a tussle in the family for
the wealth,
to be the manager, to manage the assets of the mum.
How many pineapples is that?
5 billion baht, and what? Pineapple orchards.
Something. But this is a very Thai thing.
The money is not important.
Yeah, but this is a very Thai thing again, you know, which is families tussling over inheritance and wealth. I mean, this is certainly not the first case. We had one way back, you know, if you remember, the Tamawatana family. And supposedly this guy, you know, committed suicide or not committed suicide over his mother's wealth. Or, you know, again, this is very normal for Thailand, I think.
Well, when you see pictures of the doctor,
he looks very calm.
He doesn't look worried that he's being accused of murdering 4 people. He looks pretty chill.
Because again, he is a police general surgeon, right? The people who are conducting all of the tests and the autopsy.
That's the weirdest part. That's the weirdest part.
They now say that the bodies that they have uncovered in his orchard are not the ones that are not the ones that they're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, but wow. So bingo. So they found somebody else.
Yeah. So they found somebody else. They found other dead people. So does that mean?
No,
that
you know,
all bets are off on the
the guys who are doing this autopsy and the DNA test are the people at the very same hospital where this doctor works. His mother actually told the brother, his elder brother, please take me away from my son. Let's go somewhere else. We should not fight him.
So what's happening here?
Because he's very powerful.
Okay, so they said that, okay, well, we've done the test. It's not the people that we're looking for. It's another set of bodies.
I think you brought up a good point as we were talking off camera, right, Jay?
Are they closing ranks?
Well, I think they're closing ranks.
Yeah.
But again, to be fair, you're supposedly supposed to be. Well, you're not supposed to.
Well, your mum is in the police hospital right now, so be careful what you say.
Yeah, there you go. You are innocent until proven guilty.
Right. The evidence is
the evidence has not really pointed that the doctor actually killed anybody. Obviously, there are bodies on his orchard.
Okay, there's bodies on his farm.
But it doesn't mean that he killed them or not.
Doesn't mean that he killed them. I mean, it could have been planted there. It could have been a business dispute. Somebody could have executed people there.
The evidence on this thing is pretty strong.
But they raided his house and they found
40
guns and 7 rifles or something. So the guy's got a bit of a gun habit. Right?
It started off with the pickup truck of the dead couple being found in Nonthaburi at a house of a relative of this doctor.
Okay.
And there were blood stains in the truck.
Was there any explanation given as to why this truck was in the relative's house?
He kept it for sentimental value? I have no idea.
No, but was there any is there any explanation given?
Again, I think this is the perfect case for Thailand. This is so soap operatic, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a mother bedridden in a hospital saying, "This is my devil son." You have a brother who seems to be the nicest, calmest guy saying, "I know my brother did it because he confessed it to me." You have an evil, wicked wife of this doctor
who's still hiding.
And then you have this doctor who supposedly is the best surgeon in Thailand.
Well, don't forget, we also have a number of missing people and a number of dead.
You also have this illegal Burmese employee who said he witnessed everything.
Is he the guy that lost the arm as well?
No, he's another guy, right?
Yeah, another guy. He said he witnessed everything.
Don't forget that the root of all this is not a family pointing fingers at one another, but there's 4 missing people and another few skeletons showing up.
I think the root of all this and why this is big news is because Thai people in general love cases like this. Okay. This is soap opera, well made. I mean, Channel 7 or Channel 3 couldn't write a better one, right?
They could make a movie of it.
They can make, and I'm sure one day there will be Dr. Death, right? So we'll see. Do I think this guy's going to jail? I'm going to go back to Jay's point, right? I think they are closing ranks a little bit. But again, to be fair to him, it's going to be kind of hard to prove that this guy killed anybody because it's hearsay from one to the other, right? This is a very well-respected gentleman.
But there is a history of Thai doctors doing violent stuff to people, right?
And Jay's correct.
Killing them, dismembering them, putting them down.
They do have the skills to do that.
Putting them in black. Yeah, they have the skills, and they kind of it happens.
We have very famous cases, as Jay said. Again, to our expat friends out there, there was a case a few years ago of a doctor taking his wife to a restaurant at the Discovery Center.
And drugging her.
And then drugging her and then chopping her body and,
No, taking her back to Nepal that he was staying in at Chulalongkorn Hospital, right? Or something like that.
Killed her.
And then dismembering her. Lovely.
And then another young doctor candidate who killed his girlfriend because she was having an affair with some guy.
Man or
So what's the conclusion we come out of this in?
Don't date doctors. Is it okay to date nurses, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, nurses are hot, doctors are no. So that's the conclusion. Date nurses, do not date doctors.
Yeah, but no, I'm a bit concerned that this autopsy is done at the Police General Hospital, man. Is this really going to be fair? Is this really...
Well, where else are they going to do it?
I don't know. What about Dr. Kunying Pontip?
Yeah, she's the most fair person in Thailand.
Yeah, she's too busy endorsing GT 2000 bomb scanners.
She's too busy endorsing.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. Now, this is interesting. A video surfaced last week of a gentleman. He's the administrative head of the Tambun Administration Office of a district in Nakhon Pathom. The video showed him actually slapping his subordinate.
Slapping a female subordinate?
A female subordinate. The story is
was
like
that on
this.
the face or on another part of her body?
Okay, it was on the face. He was on the face. Apparently, he was really angry with her because she did not approve his budget request for 150,000 to renovate something, and he stormed out of his office and went up to her and just started hitting her.
And is he being reprimanded now, or?
Well, they're investigating the case. The evidence was really clear-cut for me. I mean, there was CCTV footage.
This again, I go back. This is a pattern of Thai society and Thai
How about
culture.
how about the one in the airport?
What happened to that one at the airport? Another slapping incident.
Let me finish. There's a pattern of Thai society and Thai culture where people are in power, right? Think that they can do anything to their subordinates or the powerless, right? Whether it's the Red Bull case we talked about this morning, whether it's this supposed Dr. Death killing his
and using his influence to do whatever it is.
His Myanmar help, or whether it's this guy slapping his subordinates. This is a pattern in Thailand that's got to stop. And it's this exact pattern that's causing the red and the yellow shirts clashes, I'm telling you. It's the unfair treatment of people in society, where the people who have feel that they can do anything to the people that have nots. And if we can't get this fundamental issue cleared, Thailand will never.
I think it's just a thing. It's a thing about people being one further step up that, or slightly more senior, or having a bigger position, or having a larger pay packet, or more seniority. Okay, it could be someone who has a higher position than me in my company, for instance. Yeah, it's not. It's a whole like Thai patronage system.
Why is there a tendency to violence or physical action? Why?
Because they feel they can do it. Yeah. Because the whole point is you will take an action if you feel you can get away with it. And so the question is, what are we supposed to do to not get away? Well, like this woman, right? People like us have got to start supporting her. And say, look, this is wrong. This guy should not only be suspended, he should be fired.
Yep, he should be
fired.
Right?
Okay, so what are you going to do about it? You offered the family the...
We were very clear, right?
Tom's going to bring this case to the court.
So you're going to take this one as well?
Clear, right? The best way to do something in Thailand is through social media.
Yeah.
Right? People have got to get on the web. People have got to get on Facebook. People have got to get this video viral. You can't actually fix something until you shame somebody into fixing it, right? The other thing we need to do is stop. So this guy is a bad guy. Right? He slapped somebody. No one should ever why him again. Right? No one should call him the word tan, right? I mean, it's up to us, right? And it's not only me, right? It's everyone. And you have the tool. Now, the downtrodden
expose
does
these
not
people.
have to be always in the wrong.
Yeah.
Expose these people. That's why you have a phone with a
You
camera.
have a voice now.
You have a voice through Facebook, through Twitter, through the social media.
And
So,
YouTube.
I mean, that's again, Jay.
So this whole thing took place in the Tambon Administrative Organization in Nakhon Chai district.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
that's-
if
I mean,
you
it's-
see this administrator walking down your street,
Yeah.
right, spit at him.
But don't hit him.
Spit
Don't
at
hit
him.
him.
Don't hit him.
Yeah,
Just
don't
spit
hit
it.
him. We are non-violent.
All right, I'm sorry. I
man.
take it back.
No.
Don't spit it. I'm just. What
Call
do you
Tom.
recommend? Jay?
I recommend that she calls you.
Just calls me. Calls.
And you're
I'm
gonna.
gonna give my phone number to everybody. It's actually 081 931
Okay.
5879. Call me. I will protect you. 081 931 5879. Yeah.
So
there
there's
you
going to be an investigation into the incident. Okay?
Yeah, by
And
his
if he's
deputy.
found guilty, the TAO chief could be permanently relieved from duty.
Let's
So
hope
well, let's follow up on this one.
Let's
in the
follow
next-
up on this. Everybody follows up
We'll
on
follow,
this.
no, no, we'll
Everybody,
follow
yes.
up on it
Yeah,
week by week to see
We'll
how
put
the
the
investigation,
YouTube link on our Facebook page.
how the investigation's going.
All right,
What's the verdict.
we've got to go for break now. So,
They can never break your pride.
welcome back. Are we drowning? I see lots of water everywhere now. You know, I was on Ratchada Pisek Road last week, and it was flooded right up to the sidewalks. What's happening with all this water? Why is it not going away?
Ratchada always floods. It's all the filth blocking the drains there. It's all the rubber blocking the drains in
I'm getting
Ratchada.
a submarine.
Yeah.
I think we should.
submarine?
I think
No,
we,
the
I
water's
think
not that
I
much.
think now that we should approve the Navy Department's request
For what?
budget for
Submarine?
submarines.
A submarine,
right?
okay.
But they don't use it off the coast of Thailand. Just use it in BMA.
Well, what I want to know is
In
why isn't some Thai entrepreneur created like the floating car?
or
the boat,
something.
the boat
It's
car
something.
kind of
It
thing.
is,
You know?
gentlemen. It is bad.
It's
And
causing,
again,
causing
I don't
traffic
disagree
problems.
with Jay. It
No,
floods
no, it's
every
not.
year.
It
but
floods
it's
every
just-
year. It floods every
but
year.
this year, if you notice, it's actually a little bit worse. The water's coming up faster.
Yep.
It's staying longer. To be fair,
I've
I've never
actually
seen, right, Rama 9th or Sukhumvit inundated this quickly.
The
right?
water seems to be coming out from the drain.
Yeah, it's not coming from
It's
the.
coming out from the
drains
drains.
are plugged. The drains are plugged. So again, I go back.
Okay, why are they plugged? Because last
Because-
year we had the big
Yeah.
flood, okay, and everyone got way too many sandbags full of sand.
Wait,
Okay.
sandbags
And-
don't work.
No, no. And what happened to the sandbags after the floods? What happened to
Washed
the
into
sand?
the
They
drains.
pushed them down into the drains.
Yeah, so where is-
So Bangkok people have done it to themselves.
So what? We've not cleared the drains for 1 year?
Well, yeah. Okay, so
1
that's
year
step,
ago
step
now.
one.
Yeah.
Step one.
Have we cleared those
Step one,
drains?
big flood.
Yeah.
Step two, everyone panics and gets loads of sandbags. I did it. Okay.
So did I.
Step three, a lot of people. I didn't. I still got my sandbags in my garden. Okay. So they haven't gone down the drain. The sand hasn't gone down the drain. I hope not too much of it anyway. And step three, people have put their sandbags down the drain, into the sewer,
This
into
is
the rain.
something that has
And-
been told.
But
to the BMA.
step four, why didn't the BMA,
Yeah.
for the last 6 months before the rainy
right.
season starts, say, okay, maybe we should get ready for the rain and
Okay,
start
there's
dredging
been undue, unseen amounts of rain now. There's been a lot.
no,
of
That's
rain.
monsoon
It's
season.
raining more than-
It's
No, 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 guys,
monsoon.
The rainfall is more the
This
highest
is
in
the
50
few
years.
times where Jay and I will agree immediately on an issue. You know the rains are coming.
Yeah.
Like, duh, it rains every year. The BMA has had 8 months,
At least,
9
yeah,
months
at least.
to clean the clogged drain. And I go to your point. I don't see it flooding because of something that's coming down. I actually see it flooding because of something coming up from the drains. So obviously, the drains are clogged. And it's the BMA's job to clean up these clogged drains. Where are you, Governor?
Wait,
Stop traveling. Stay in Bangkok.
Okay,
Right?
no.
You are the governor of Bangkok, not every other city in the world. So, Governor Sukhumpan, I'm sending you a message. Stop traveling.
You've got his
got to
number.
stop these boondoggles. Stay in Bangkok. Get into the drains. You go in there and clean them yourselves.
We have the giant tunnels, in Bangkok.
But they don't
We have the
work.
giant- Well, they say there are not enough giant tunnels. It covers only
No, but if you
15
can't get the
kilometers.
water to the giant tunnel because the little tributaries are blocked, then what use is the giant tunnel?
Okay,
Yeah?
let's
There's
go
giant
back.
tunnels on Ratchadar, which cars go
hang on,
into
hang
as
on.
well,
Let's
you
go
know?
back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. They identified 21 areas that will flood very quickly. Okay, Rashada Pisek is very clearly there.
It's
right?
like we just
Now,
realized that Bangkok floods. It's like, what? Is this the first monsoon? Is this the first freaking monsoon that we've ever had?
Look at
here?
Rashada Pisek. There has been more condominiums going up along Rashada Pisek.
We
More
know
people
this,
are going up.
But we know this.
The drains are not big enough to handle the number of people there.
No. Going back to Jay's point. You have giant tunnels. You have all these drains. The problem is the drains are what? They're clogged.
They are
You've
clogged.
had
Their
8 or 9 months to
drains
clean
are
up the
clogged.
clog.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the governor a free PR advice. If I was the governor of Bangkok today, I would get gloves, I would get boots, I would go into the tunnel, and I would personally go in there and start taking the clog out. You know, become Mr. Plumber. But he's not doing that, right? He's not doing that. And
Well,
We
you know,
gotta-
they
we
should have.
gotta
Okay. Let's rewind. Maybe after the last big flood last year, when everyone had like hundreds and hundreds of sandbags piled up in their soil and outside the house, there should have been some
Proper
kind
way
of
to dispose of
there should have been some kind of movement to say like, okay, let's do some PR. We're going to ask people not to throw them. Call us up.
Actually,
Let me finish. Let me finish. Was there?
Yeah.
Call us up. We're going to come and collect your sandbags. Please don't put them in the drains because in 8 months' time we're going to have a flood if you do that.
There was a
Right?
campaign. Actually, some temple was saying, donate all your sandbags to us.
Some
We
temple.
will send
Okay,
people.
some temple,
We
all
will,
right.
they will
Uh,
send people to pick you.
Don't
pick
be
the sandbags
crazy,
up.
man.
No, look.
Don't be crazy, all right? Some temple
what-
where?
Temples.
What should happen now? And again, I may have been a little harsh on the governor, but I made my point.
No, but it's PR.
Yeah.
It's PR.
He's
Setting
having
an
bad
example.
PR.
Yeah.
Go out there now and start doing what you need to do, right? It's still fixable.
He
Governor.
doesn't have to go. He can send his.
Just send people out.
He's got 2 or 3 very
Very
young,
good deputies.
very good-looking, very active deputies who he can send out to say, okay, I'm going to take the lead on this. I'm going to show you guys how to do it.
Stop blaming each other. This is, again, the BMA and the central government fighting on who is to blame. And again, I want to tell Kun Prasop something too. Kun Prasop, don't blame the BMA. If you know they have a problem, and if they can't do the job,
help
you
them.
come in and help, right? Somebody, I don't care who it is, whether it's the governor of Bangkok, whether it's our science and ministry technology,
Or the police department.
I don't care who does it. Somebody, and going back to Jay's point, clean up the drains. It's very simple.
Well,
it will rain.
no, but let's start now for next year.
Okay, okay.
It's too late to fix this year.
It's not too late because the more rains are coming. Let's go out and do it.
Have you seen how Thais throw stuff into the drains? Have
I
you
mean,
seen how they
in
use-
my soy,
have you
the
seen
road,
how-
the main road, Saturn 1 that leads into my soy. About 6 weeks ago, they dug up the whole road to replace the drains. I mean, why are they doing it now? So now it's an unholy mess. It's going to take them 7 months. Okay, so actually, hang on. It's going to take 7 months to lay one pipe in a 500-meter road. I mean, but the whole place is a mess,
Thai culture.
and it's flooding.
Thai culture, sabai. Might been right.
Might have been right. Never mind. So
Never
why are we
mind.
even
Throw
complaining?
stuff into the drain. Might be
Why
right.
are we
It will
even,
flow out.
why do people complain about if it's sabai, might be
But
right?
I
Why do
think
people
it takes,
bother
because
complaining?
it takes shows like ours,
Yeah.
it takes the voice of the people on social media
Yeah.
to start complaining, to basically, it may not get fixed today, but it takes your voice,
Yeah.
it takes Adrian's voice, it takes my voice, it takes the voice of all our viewers to start saying to people, look, we don't mind that you screw up. Just don't consistently do it.
Well, yeah. I
Okay,
mean, we
okay,
got to
you know,
say to
stop-
people. No, but we got to say to all
no,
people.
no.
No, we got to say to all people. Okay, you
Stop.
throw your sandbags away, but every day you're throwing your cigarette
Exactly.
butts.
Yeah,
You're throwing your
exactly.
little plastic bags full of
Exactly.
drinks and
Your
whatever,
food,
your
your
sausages
rubbish,
on the
whatever,
floor.
into the
That's
drain.
all. That's all
You've
making
got to
the
stop
flood
that
worse.
too. Yeah, you've
Stop
got to
it,
stop
okay?
that. Yeah, stop it.
Stop it.
James.
all
So
right?
stop throwing your cigarettes under the drain.
Yeah, you.
I start with you.
No,
Yeah.
I don't throw my cigarettes into the drain.
What do you do with them? Where do you put them? Where do you put
Changing
them?
the topic.
Where do you put them?
So
Where do you put
I-
when
I
you
think-
say
I think-
where
Where do you put your
them?
cigarette butts?
Where do you put your cigarette butts?
ashtrays.
Where? When you're walking
Ashtrays.
down the street
Ashtrays.
smoking, you put it. You find an ashtray. There are no ashtrays. You just flick it into the sidewalk. I know you.
Okay, so Adrian, do you promise the people right now
I will
that you're
stop
going to stop
throwing my
flicking?
cigarette butts into the drains. I will stop throwing
Yeah.
my cigarette butts
Do you
into
know
the
how
drains.
long it takes one of those butts to biodegrade? They don't. Okay.
Jay, Mr. Environment.
Yeah, Mr. Environment. Okay, look, overdevelopment,
Yeah, overdoing. Bad city planning.
bad city planning, underdeveloped drains,
Too much rubber,
drainage,
too much
right?
rubber and sand in the drains.
Too much rubbish and a lot of sand, plus heavy rain. Wow.
And
Big problem.
And plus Mike and Rai.
It shouldn't be solved by one man.
No.
It shouldn't be solved by one man.
It should be solved by one man because he is the governor of Bangkok. He was voted by millions of people as the one man who can solve the problem. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I know him personally. He's probably not going to like me very much after this. But my whole point
I'm
is,
sure.
but my whole point is, look, he has time right now to fix the problem. I'm just hoping that what I'm saying to him right now will wake him up. The governor's race is coming up in a little less than 5 or 6 months. He's going to rerun. Don't let this flood drown your chances of getting reelected. Governor, I like you. I like your deputies. I think they're very good people. We've had good times together. Don't let this flood and the stupidity of what's going on right now drown your chances of becoming the governor of Bangkok again. That's all I want to say to him.
And to the public, don't throw stuff into your drains.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for a break. See you in a bit.
They can never break your pride.
We're back and we're talking about TG, Thailand's national flag carrier, Thai Airways. They just got the new planes, the A380, and is that going to make a difference? Is that going to make a difference? I've been on TG flights. I was on the TG flight last week, in fact, and every time I go on a TG flight, I upload pictures to my Facebook. What does the picture show? The picture shows a very empty space in front of my seat. This is a 5-hour flight to Taipei, and there were no TVs on the passenger seats in economy class. Have you been on a TG flight lately?
Yeah, I went on one 2-3 days ago to Phuket. It was okay.
Okay, that's domestic.
On TG more than anybody else. I'm there to TG.
And I've flown it long.
So
I've flown
I've
flown long haul to the UK a couple of times this year in economy class, and I had TVs in front of me.
You had TVs,
It's not all flights.
It's not all flights.
TG, okay.
I think they're retrofitting a lot of the planes. It's
retro is a good word. Retro is a good word.
They can't afford to. They can't afford to replace the whole fleet at once, just for the sake of making sure that you have a TV in front of you. But they are doing it stage by stage.
Let's go to the fundamental issue. So yes, TG, bless their hearts, have gone out and got a brand new jet.
The ninth airline to operate an A380.
The question is,
after China Southern Airlines.
The question is,
are we meant to be the first?
No.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter, right?
What matters is you got a new plane. You're trying to get a new image. You have a new managing director now in
new president,
right? Kasem Suwan. The question is, do we think that at some juncture, TG can regain its glory, right, as a world-class 5-star airline? Because as of right now, and you've been on their flight, I've been on their flight, a lot of our friends who are watching this show have been on their flights. There's nothing close to TG being a 5-star
and definitely not
carrier.
Royal Orchid Service.
Yeah. Okay, so hang on. So what defines now 5-star? What do you want?
In-flight entertainment.
Okay.
On every seat.
I wouldn't
Food,
call it a
service.
5-star airline, right? I mean, they are non-budget. They are non-budget.
Okay. So you want. Okay. So first thing, you want a TV with loads.
I think you want in-flight entertainment, whether it's a TV or
okay. So it's rolling out slowly. I don't know. No, hang on. We don't know exactly how quickly the program is going, but it's starting to appear on.
Are you happy? I mean, you've flown TG for a long time, right? I mean, you married a TG airline stewardess.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the service now as compared to before?
To me, I think if you can have good experience and bad experience, but it's the same. I've flown Thai Airways, I've flown Swiss Air, I've flown Austrian Air, all those airlines in the last 9 months, I think, long haul. And you can have good service and bad service.
Overall experience.
Yeah. I have to say, hand on heart, I'm happy with Thai Airways, domestic and international. When I have had bad experience on Thai Airways, probably the only time that I've really been dissatisfied and moved to write a letter of complaint was when I was flying back from Beijing, I think. And I felt that they treated me, and I was in economy, but they treated me like I was cattle, basically. Now that might be because on some of their flights, you know, as an Asian hub, they're handling a lot of low-cost business. So they, you know, maybe the mindset for stewards and stewardesses is that, okay, we don't have to give so much attention to these people. I think that might be part of the problem.
I think service is not just what you get on the plane. Service starts from the moment you actually check in, right?
Okay, well,
let's talk about service.
Okay,
you know?
I have no problem with the check-in.
You can check in online now for a lot of airlines.
Okay.
And many airlines allow you to check in more than 48 hours before your flight.
Okay.
TG only allows checked-in 24 hours before.
Okay. All right.
That's
So what?
That's
You
one
need to
issue.
go 24 hours before instead of 48 hours before?
No,
Okay.
checking in online means...
So is that a big problem?
Checking in, it is, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why it is a
Okay.
big problem, because the queues are very long if you don't check in online.
But you can
If you check in online, if you check in online and you can get a good seat, you're happier on board the plane.
But you can check in online now.
24 hours before, but other
you can
airlines,
do it, right?
Even the budget airline Air Asia allows you to check in 48 hours before your flight.
Okay.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
one. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I still don't get your point.
You don't get my point?
No, because you can do it 24 hours before.
It's
So why not 72 hours then?
Yeah, why not? Why not longer? What's the problem? What's with this 24-hour issue?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're arguing about a number.
All right. Number two, the plane that I was on was a Airbus 320. It's not that old. It's a pretty new plane.
Okay.
Okay. There were no TVs on it. Why? Well, you didn't buy one. You didn't have budget to buy a TV
Maybe
when
they
you
haven't
bought
rolled
the
out
plane.
maybe the TVs
No,
aren't
it's an
being installed
international
yet.
flight. This flight goes from Bangkok all the way to Seoul.
Yeah.
That's a 6-hour combined flight, stopping in Taiwan.
All right.
All right.
No TVs
No
on the plane.
TVs.
Big deal. All right.
Third issue? Okay. Now, stewardess. There was a latest announcement last month that stewardesses, Thai Airways will allow stewardesses up to the age of 60 to continue working on the planes.
Okay.
I was on a flight and
People got to work.
Okay. I was on a flight and I felt my grandmother was serving me, you know, and I felt bad for her because she had to walk around. She was pretty, you know, old and she was doing all the work a junior stewardess would do.
Guys, let me do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be referee on this one, right? I fly so much, right? I mean,
on many different airlines.
Well, actually, and I have enough mileage probably to fly to the moon if I wanted to now, okay? My first choice of flight now for long haul is not TG. They lost me as a customer, right? And I'll tell you the reasons why. And I'm a business class flyer, right? I am a tier one, the guy you're supposed to, you know, want to be on your airline, okay? One, the seat configuration on the Thai flights as compared to, say, an ANA or the world's best airline right now, for me, is Emirates, right? Unbelievable, right? The seat assignment. In business class, how TG puts you in the seat configuration, right, is next to each other. On the other airlines I fly now, they actually give you individual space, whether it's total flat seats or, you know, they in TG, the flat seats are not totally flat. That's a real issue for our airline.
So who's in charge of all this?
Well,
but who's in charge of deciding the configuration and purchasing planes?
TG.
Yeah, but
TG.
who's in charge of TG?
The guy was. It's been a long
series
of
so
MDs,
okay, yeah.
right?
So I mean,
so now you have a new MD.
I mean, it takes but I mean, they can't just the new MD can't just come in and click his fingers.
No, because you know why he can't.
Because they've got to take a plane out of service. How long does it take to change the configuration of the seats?
It takes very little time.
You just move planes around, man.
You just move planes around. You have 70 planes that can be moved around.
Yeah.
It's the will of doing it, and
Exactly.
I think.
So why aren't they doing it?
Let me finish my point, right? So one, seat configuration is very bad. Two, right, food on the airline is actually fairly
I haven't
bad
even
now.
come to food yet.
It used to be TG for me was the gourmet in the sky. I really like TG food, right? Now, whether it's business class, I actually tested it out. I had my food served on business class, and then I went back to coach, right, to see if it's the exact same food. It's the almost exact same food, just served in a different format. That's horrible, right?
Yeah,
the third thing that I have a real complaint with was TG is all the puyais, right? I pay for my ticket, right? I don't need to be sitting next to some kid of somebody whose daddy is wealthier than me and probably got upgraded for free, right? It's unfair to me. That whole system of patronage on TG also has to change. You know, but again, I go back to all this point, right? who is in charge of all this?
Well,
the MD.
who also gets free seats on TG? Do politicians get free
Everybody
seats?
does almost now, you know. But
so how can this airline ever make money?
It doesn't make money. And to me, you know, and I know the airline pretty well. I know the insides of it. What has to change is the mindset of the union. I hope the union will actually allow this gentleman with some new ideas to make
is it a union issue that politicians are allowed to fly for free?
You know, it's not only politicians.
No, but is it a union issue?
No, it's a union issue that they stop changes, right, on how to do purchasing, on how to do, you know how they buy a plane at TG now, right? One department buys the plane, another department buys the seats, another department buys the food, another department buys the orchid, another department buys the toiletries.
No, there's no more orchids anymore.
That's a union. That's a union issue
measure.
protecting each individual division to do their thing, right? And that has to stop, because if you can't coordinate between seats, toiletries, food, airline ticketing, your thing.
Well, it's a communication thing, because obviously one person can't look after all these things.
But there's a comment that Adrian was saying.
You do need to have departments to look after the orchids and the toilet paper.
But you should allow people to coordinate and allow the MD or the powers that be to actually have some decision-making process.
What was wrong with the previous MD?
I don't know. You know,
anyway, let's sum up. We're out of time. Let's sum up.
I just want to summarize. TG is our flag carrier. It is our window to Thailand, right?
Yes.
People get their first experience on our flight, right? Make it a little bit better.
Especially
because
international
it's the first
flights.
impression.
It can always be better. I mean, I'm very happy with TG.
You married one. Of course you're going to be happy.
New planes doesn't make it better.
I agree. New plane doesn't make it better.
A new attitude, new service, new ideas.
A new attitude.
That will probably help.
And please, when you see Jay on the airline, treat him a little bit nicer. Okay, he's not cattle. He's
they look after me. They look after me very well.
Okay, we had an
upgrade me.
Yeah, okay.
Become a politician.
Upgrade me. Can I?
We're out of time. We're out of time. But just a note, a special note to Ken, Eddie, and Nick, who have left us comments on Facebook. Especially one that had a lot to say about Tom. We actually read your comments, and we appreciate them. So keep them coming. Facebook.com/thetopics. Give us your feedback, praises or criticisms. Everything's welcome.
Let us know what you think about Tom's white pants.
Please.
With coffee.
Again, be critical of us. Our show only works if you're telling us.
And we'll put Tom's number on our Facebook page as well.
If you're telling us that we're saying the right or the wrong.
If you need legal aid,
If you need legal aid, call me. If you need aid on Thai International, call Adrian. If you need for Adrian should be what?
No, I don't know. Any help on mobile phones, call me.
Shoot someone in the head.
If you need to meet with the Bangkok governor, call Adrian.
Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Believe what they tell you, they try to sell you. When dreams died, plans fell through. They can never break your pride. It's time to regulate.